Okay, so you want to remember that you always want to take the longer necklaces first. They are your palette. You start off with the longer necklaces no matter what. And then you can go to like your medium-sized necklaces. These are like medium. And then you can go to your shorter necklaces. Now remember, this can be any colors. You like want to mix colors, okay? You want to take them and mix them. Does that make sense? So I don't know if you can see that this is, you probably can't see on the computer. This is really blue, and these are really black. Okay, so you've got two different colors here. Can you see the differences there? And you always want to start with the bolder pieces first. So if it's not the longer pieces and you have one big bold piece, remember your bold pieces are going to look like this or somewhat like this. Anything that is huge and is going to make a big statement, you want to start with that first. Otherwise, you want to start with your longer necklaces, your longer chains, okay? Your longer big gold chains. And then you start layering from there. They are like your undergarments, and you want to add elements from there. Does that make sense? And then you want to add the colors together. So even if I had like this smaller necklace, like so, and I just took it, and I took this smaller necklace, I could take it and just wind it up, whatever you want to call it, and you add it to, and so now it becomes this big statement piece. You see that? Where you're adding like a bunch of different elements in one thing. And you can like twist them, and because no one's going to be able to see the difference. Does that make sense? Okay. And you intertwine it like that. So now you've got this really fun, cute necklace that looks different, but it looks like one piece. Like you bought it looking like that. So it's just really fun to kind of mix and match, and maybe even from here drop down the one necklace like that. And then now you've got like a cute, more simple, your whole chest isn't covered with a bunch of stuff, because some people might like not like that or even feel comfortable in that. So this is just a really simple, fun way where you can just be simple, but it mixes up. And you can't see it from here, but those blues and blacks look really amazing. So anyways, okay. So that's kind of like your palettes. Just remember the rules, have fun, and try something different tomorrow. Try something different with your necklaces. Layer it up, have fun, and I guarantee you people are going to be like, where'd you get that one necklace? Or is that one necklace? So, okay. Let's start off by going over some really new fun ways to wear a necklace. So when you are thinking about getting dressed, the more simple your outfit is, the more like less graphics and stuff, you can really pile on the accessories, and it doesn't have to be totally overwhelming and you're heavy and you're feeling down. You don't have to do that. Like, it can just be super simple but chic and just have a lot of fun ideas behind it. Okay, so we're going to start off with a couple of different options here. So this is one of my, you would just kind of grab, and you would think it is just a statement piece necklace. That basically, you're only going to wear this because it is so big. But the fun thing about this is you can actually add another element to it to kind of make it a little bit different. Because it is from H&M, I always feel like everyone's going to kind of have it because, you know, it's H&M, and yeah, not everyone has it in their state, but it's still H&M. So, how do I make it different? This is what goes through my head. How do I make what I want different? So, okay. Let's see if you can see it. So here it is, just this cute, plain, fun, fringy necklace, okay, that you would just put on. But to kind of change it up and make it a little bit different, this is one of my new, like, favorites. It's just kind of simple. It's the, houndstooth, or whatever you would call them, teeth. And instead of just like laying it on top of the necklace like this, I feel like it gets kind of lost. I mean, yeah, that would look cute. But what I like to do is make sure that the necklace is making sense right here and it doesn't get all caught up. So I would just go like this, and then I would just have this like peekaboo of whatever it's called. I keep calling it houndstooth, but I'm not quite sure. Oh my gosh. Everything's backwards on the computer, which makes it bit. Okay. So you would have this cute like houndstoothy thing coming out the bottom, or alligator tooth, whatever you want to call it. So, but you wouldn't think about doing that, but it adds like something different to the necklace. So it's just something that is just totally different. And you can just have it hanging. The next one that I'm going to do is something really fun. I usually like to start off with a really like long necklace. So start off with the longer ones first and then add the smaller ones. So start off long, then go to the smaller ones, because then it will be able, you'll be able to like use it more. Okay. So you want to start off long because you have like your palette is what I call it. So you know what's going to fit and what's not going to fit. So then I want to add some more volume to it, but I want to make sure the volume is kept appropriately in the right place. So basically I would wear this and I would make sure that it is like completely just kind of covered and popping through and just like hanging there like that. See how that just makes a little bit more sense and it's a little bit different. And then if you wanted to, you could add another layer. It's up to you. But so again, with the tooth necklace, if you wanted to, you could add it just on top there and just have it like hanging like that. So now this becomes one big necklace instead of just like wearing this. Like I think just one necklace, just it feels like wearing one sock. Like it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like you have one long necklace. It doesn't make any sense to me. But you can still wear them. I just feel like you could add a little bit more. And it doesn't need to be all connected like into one big necklace and be this expensive necklace. Like it can be a bunch of different cheap necklaces that you could add together. And make sure when you're doing it up top here, everything's making sense. So if you need to take it and roll it up, like push it underneath so it looks more like one necklace, then you need to do that because it will all make sense. And you can intermix the beads. See that? See how that just comes to be one more big necklace instead of just one little small necklace? That doesn't make sense. Okay, so moving on. Again, you're starting off with what? The longest necklace. So I have a bunch of necklaces. This is my grandma's. It's this old, cute little antique ball. I don't even know what you call it. I call it my ghetto chains, really. It's my ghetto chains because it's big and gold and ghetto-y. Then you take this really fun bead. Now, beaded gold chain, and you just layer on top. So basically, you just layer it on top because it's a different length. See how it's a different length? And it's not the same? Because if it were, it would interfere. And we can't have that. So, it's a little bit, but I want it on top. Like that, okay? Then, you would take, this is my other element. This one is just a cute little pendant, and it's going to add color to all the gold. Because as you can see, I just have golds, and I don't have any color. So when I'm styling, I always like to have like a pop of color somewhere in between. So now I have the black, just adds like a pop of color. And then if I really wanted to have a little bit more fun with it and get like really fancy, then I would take this and put it on like this. Okay. So now, as you can see up top, it's going to look like kind of a mess. So you want to take and tuck and roll different, like have this come out and just make it look like it's part of like a whole necklace. See that? And then this one, I'd probably go right there. Voila. So you've got the longer, the shorter, the middle, and then the very shortest. So you're making like one big collar piece. Does that make sense? So it just all kind of comes together. And it's really fun and different. So, and if you wanted to like add color, like more color, you could always add like a turquoise one. And that would be really fun. So you'd have like turquoise with all of these mixtures. Or you can mix your golds and your silvers. So you could even add one more element. But I would prefer more of like a more rich, like the black or the turquoise. Okay? Alright, moving on. So now, since you kind of know, you're starting with your bold or like most long piece. So bold, like the biggest bold piece you have. So like this is like a really bold piece. So you want to, if this is the piece that you want to wear and you think that this is the only thing I can wear because it's like super bold, think again. Yeah. So you want to take this and put it on like so. And then you take your necklace. Obviously you're going to want like a longer necklace. And then you're going to add it to it. So now you've got this fun like little feathery fun necklace. So bold piece, adding length, and if you wanted to, like really wanted to, you could add like another color like this. And it would just make it really fun and just different. Do you know what I mean? So you'd have like a whole layered piece. Okay. So, a couple of things that you want to maybe stay away from are adding the same exact length. So, if you took longer necklaces, because you want to start with longer necklaces, but if you took a long necklace like this, and then you had another long necklace, and it hit, I don't know if you can see that, but look, it hits exactly the same, that's not really going to work unless you somehow maybe pulled it out like that. But you want to make sure that your lengths are a little bit different and they're not like exactly the same. Does that make sense? So you want to make sure the necklaces are different lengths, and you always want to add like a pop of color no matter what. So if you had a lot of golds and a lot of blacks and everything, then you want to always add like a pop of color laying on top like this, okay? So when you're getting dressed, take all of your short necklaces and all of your long necklaces and make sure that you're measuring them right. Have fun. I hope that helped. Thanks. Oh, and remember, www.jenclydestylist.com. Thanks.